Hello to everyone, hope you had a great morning so far. So just in terms of the main news we've seen this morning, we have seen that the Greek government coalition is going to be formed. That was according to the PASOK leader Venizelos. Looks likely the New Democracy leader Samaras will be the new Greek PM. He is currently meeting with the Greek president and they're likely to name between 15 and 17 cabinet members later today. But in terms of the main event for today and this week, it will be the FOMC rate decision, projections and press conference from Bernanke. In terms of the time schedule, the rate decision, that's due at 5:30 London, so that's 11:30 Chicago time, and then a bit later on at 7 o'clock London will be the projections from the Fed members. 15 minutes later will be the Bernanke press conference, that's 7:15 London. Now, in terms of expectations or potential outcomes out of today's meeting, it is worth of note we did see a Wall Street Journal poll last week. It said that 44% of economists surveyed expected an extension of Operation Twist, with around 24% expecting some sort of QE or further easing from the Fed. So despite the fact that's not a majority, it's still a large chunk, so slightly priced in. But in terms of the Operation Twist extension, that does look to be the most likely outcome out of today's meeting. Taking a look at the US yield curve, it looks to have been priced in with curve flattening, trades going through in the longer end within the last week or so. Now, in terms of other outcomes out today, we could see a change in the language from the Fed. So they have said recently within the last couple of meetings that they expect exceptionally low rates through to mid-2014 or late 2014. So although it looks likely they will reiterate this, it is possible they will extend this to mid-2015. In terms of forecasts, many expecting those to remain relatively unchanged, and that's because of the recent data that we've seen out of the US, especially the employment or the non-farms number, so it looks likely they'll remain unchanged this time round. But in terms of further purchases, we could see an expansion of MBS purchases, especially with the distressed housing market and the Fed saying that this could weigh on the US economy, so they may look to act on that. And otherwise, we may see Bernanke reiterate the comment that he made last time, in that he's not prepared to declare that they're in a stronger phase of US economic growth. But then the main options really on the table for the Fed. Again, the most likely outcome seems to be an extension of Operation Twist, but they could change the language, they could purchase MBSs. There is a possible QE3, some citing this, but it doesn't look to be too likely. It hasn't really been priced into the markets. So if that does come out today, we could see some aggressive moves across asset classes. But for the time being, that's enough from me. Good luck with FOMC rate decision and press conference, as well as those projections. And we'll have a wrap up for you at the Wall Street closing bell to go over that. But in the meantime, have yourself a great afternoon.